going on, DJBooth.net? This is DJ Blaze, and I'm here in the lab to give you guys a full video review of the new DJ Tech Reloaded Digital DJ Controller. Okay everyone, so here it is. This is the DJ Tech Reloaded Digital DJ Controller. It's a USB controller. You must have it connected to a computer in order for it to work. You have 4 or 6 decks of mixing control here. Even though the layout is reminiscent of that of a 2-deck machine, there's actually 6 deck capabilities here. These are the deck buttons here. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on which deck you have activated either on the left or the right side. And right out of the box you get this with Virtual DJ LE, and in Virtual DJ LE you will get access to your 4 decks of control. In order to gain access of the additional 2 decks, you'll have to purchase the Virtual DJ Pro Edition. So overall impressions and setup, the setup is very easy. All you got to do is put the CD in that came with the unit, load the drivers, then load the software on a Windows machine, and you're right in, ready to go. You also have your 4 decks of control. You'll have your samples, your loops, your hot cues, and you got a lot of other options here that you will be able to adjust within the software. So overall build quality and impressions, the build quality is rather mixed bag. You can tell that the whole unit is made up of mostly entirely plastic, and the whole unit somewhat feels like a toy. You know, it's just some shiny black here and a little metal effect overlay for your decks, but all in all, you got a plastic machine. Most of your buttons and everything are all plastic here, and even though it's lightweight and compact, it still makes for somewhat of a toyish feel and a toyish look overall. Okay, for inputs and outputs, around the back we have the power adapter, DC input. We have the switch for off, USB power or adapter mode. We have the USB MIDI jack here. We have a crossfader curve knob here. We also have touch sensor levels for each one of your jog wheels. There are 2 outputs here, output 1, output 2. One control is on the top for master and one is on the other side. It's a knob that's shaped similar to this. I'll show you that in a second. We have input 1 and input 2, and these are sound card compatible inputs, meaning these are 4 in, 4 out sound card here that you will be able to use your time code decks off of. You can't use time control decks using Serato or Tractor, but the time code control decks can work with Decadence, Virtual DJ, etc., etc. So over here on the front we have the microphone input. The microphone input also comes with a level and a tone control. And around the side we also have the second master level volume, which I showed you on the back there, and the headphone level level control here, as well as the headphone adapter, which only comes in 1/4 inch here, no 1/8 inch adapter here. Okay, next up we'll talk about the faders and knobs. The fader is first. So for the crossfader, it has a high 2 millimeter or longer cut-in distance, which is not very good for scratching. You're going to get some type of latency issues here when you're trying to do your quick scratching because of that cut-in distance issue. And the fader control knob is actually located on the back, so you are allowed to adjust the fader control, but even at its highest setting for the sharpest cut, you'll still find that there is a dead space there. So also the line faders here, they have a lot more resistance to them. They are pretty long, so that way you can use these more for mixing. And these work just as advertised. They're good enough for what they do, but they do feel plasticky again and somewhat toy-like again. The EQ knobs that you see here on the front, they're all plastic, hard plastic, and they do happen to have metal connectors underneath the metal rods, so that way you are getting some type of quality here with your actual stems on your knobs and faders. Also here on the mixing portion of the console, you'll see the 6 decks of control as I was explaining to you guys earlier. So you'll be able to use deck 1, 3, and 5 on this side, and 2, 4, and 6 on this side. Next up, we'll talk about the deck portions of the controller, and you can see that on the right and left we have 2 sets of decks, and there are 2 decent grade jog wheels here. These jog wheels are not the best out there, but they're also not the worst. There are some times where you have a slight latency issue when you're trying to scratch, so your intermediate and advanced scratches are pretty much out of the question with this unit because of the crossfader and the jog wheel issues together. But you can, however, do baby scratches, you know, a few scratching here and there, but nothing rigorous and nothing too quick because the system is just not capable of that. The system is, however, perfect for blending and for mixing your music. So these jog wheels, they are on scratch, they have a scratch mode, and they do have decent resolution, but like I said, when you start going back and forth very fast, you'll see the difference there, and you'll see the track does not quite line up every time. So with the jog wheel, they do have the scratch mode, and in scratch mode you'll be able to manipulate the record here or the track here, and on the sides you'll be able to speed up or slow down the actual speed or tempo for your blending. With the scratch mode turned off, you're allowed to then use the whole wheel as a pitch bend. You have your pitch sliders here to your left and to your right. There's a key lock here on each side, that way you can keep the same tune but still adjust your actual speed. Next up, we'll talk about the somewhat advanced features. There's loops, effects, samples, hot cues, and navigation. So first up, we'll talk about loops. We have the loop in, loop out button, and an auto loop button here. You're allowed to change the size or the area of the in and the out using the shift key. Shift, and then you change the in and you change the out. There's an FX select and an FX on button for each deck. And remember, this is times 4 or times 6. So each of your decks will have their own set of hot cues, their own set of loops, and you also have effects acted upon any of the 4 or 6 decks that you would like to use. So there's a few effects that come in Virtual DJ LE. There's echo, there's flanger, there's doubles, and a couple others. I believe when you unlock the Pro Edition, you'll get a few more effects. Up top here, we have the hot cue section. The hot cues 1, 2, and 3. So each of your decks have 3 hot cues. You set them by pressing the button. You get rid of them by pressing Shift and the button, which deletes that hot cue. All of your presets, and all of your cue points will remain saved in the system and will also be available to every other deck that you load that same track onto. You also have your 4 sample cues here. These are sample banks for the entire unit. You're allowed to record 4 different samples here. They come with some samples already built in, but you'll probably want to put your own in there, and they all have their own separate volume control knob to control the volume of that sample. Over here on the right, we have the master volume and headphone volume controls. We also have another volume control up on the front, and that volume control is for the additional output that's on the back. We have the loops, hot cues, effects on this side as well. And for the file navigation, we have record, and we have a left load and a right load and a big oversized scroll button. You're also allowed to record your mixes on this unit using the record button here. So in conclusion, the DJ Tech Reloaded Digital DJ Controller is an average grade controller that comes bundled with everything you need to DJ straight out of the box. It includes a version of Virtual DJ LE that allows users to mix using 4 decks on the Reloaded. If you purchase the Pro version of Virtual DJ, then it unlocks the additional 2 decks, bringing the total to 6. The built-in sound card is attached to the RCA inputs that can work with timecode control of many popular DJ software on the market today, except for Traktor and Serato. So there is inputs on the back, as I showed you earlier, and if you guys want to use some CD decks or vinyl decks to timecode control, you're allowed to do that with this unit. It just doesn't work on Serato or Traktor, but Decadence, Virtual DJ, and any other type of DJ software that you're using will work. There are also 2 separate RCA master outputs that allows the user to connect their setup to 2 different sets of speakers. The unit is nice and compact, and each deck contains, the 3 cue points, the loops, and the unit also has the total of 4 sample banks for you to control. On the downside, the DJ Tech Reloop USB DJ controller is made up of almost all plastic. It really looks and feels like a toy and not really a DJ professional piece. The jog wheels and faders are not accurate enough for immediate to advanced scratching, and they also feel very plastic-like. There is no separate volume control knob for the additional RCA output on the face of the unit, although it is on the front of the unit. The Reloaded also comes to us at a $400 retail price, and it seems somewhat steep when compared to other controllers out there on the market that can match or sometimes even better the performance. There is a 4-in and a 4-out digital DJ sound card built in, so that kind of saves it on price. But the other features you can usually find out there on other controllers, and you may just get a better deal on something else. In conclusion, the DJ Tech Reloaded DJ controller is a decent option if you must have 4 or 6 decks of control and you want a compact and lightweight unit to travel with, or for those who need a DJ controller that will also work with their timecode decks. We also recommend the DJ Tech Reloaded to beginners since it comes with basically everything you need to start mixing directly out of the box. We do not recommend this unit for hip-hop DJs or scratch-style DJs, but it would be great for people who just want to pull off a few mixes and maybe some baby scratches thrown in here or there. So that's it for the quick Reloaded DJ Tech review. Please join us at our blog site for daily DJ updates. That website is djbooth.net/DJS for DJs. Also check us out on YouTube. We have over 94 videos now, and that username is Real DJ Blaze. And also follow me on Twitter for more DJ gear updates and everything else DJ and production gear related at DJBlaze_DJ Booth. Thanks for watching.